Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for December the 7th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Thursday out there so far. Everybody has a great Thursday afternoon. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the tropics. Here is Hurricane Lee still spinning in the central tropical Atlantic. Also, here is Tropical Depression 14, which has just formed this morning, which will become Tropical Storm Margot probably in the next couple of advisories. This little system here, we're going to have to watch it. Another little system here will move off the African coast and continue to move to the west, northwest. Then we got a few more back behind that we may have to watch as well as they continue to keep continuing across the main development region of the tropical Atlantic. It will not be too much longer. This here area here will begin to start shutting down. We'll have to start watching the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, and also homegrown storms near the east coast of the United States over the coming weeks and into October. Alright, but right now we expect the main development region probably for another 2 or 3 weeks, and then it will finally begin to start slowing up in that region. But like I say, we'll have to mainly start focusing down in the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, and in this vicinity right here, what I'm circling with my mouse, because this is the area homegrown storms can develop. Alright, information on Hurricane Lee. Also, we're going to take a look at information on Tropical Depression 14. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. And also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for severe weather over the next 3 days, which includes today, Friday, and Saturday. Alright, if you're a new viewer and you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and consider subscribing. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. And that way you'll get my forecast twice per day unless something comes up. But if you like my weather forecast, like I say, go ahead and smash that subscribe button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And also like these videos, also share these videos on social media and also any other platform as well. That way I can get my forecast out to more people, and that way everybody get a chance to see the Mike Bass Weather Forecast channel here on YouTube. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. We're going to dive on into the forecast now. Now we're going to Saturday, and like I said, the latest computer model guys you may have some tropical storm force winds possible in portions of Puerto Rico, and also maybe the northern windward and leeward islands as well. So I would not be surprised to see maybe some tropical storm watches maybe issued later today, or maybe coming up on Friday for portions of the northern leeward island, maybe even portions of Puerto Rico as well, as that system continues to drift off like this right here. So alright, but anyway, here's Tropical Depression 14 getting a little better organized as well. Like I say, will become Tropical Storm Margot, and Margot looks to just remain out to sea because it continues to push on off to the west northwest. Here's the remnants of the Katia, just this cluster of showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two. Here's X Franklin, continue to push on off to the north. We can say goodbye to him very soon because he ain't nothing but just some scattered showers and a storm. Here's the remnants of Adelia, still spinning around up here in portions of the islands of the North Atlantic, up here around Nova Scotia, and also over towards St. John's Island, still spinning some showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two. National Hurricane Center probably will mark it soon because it looks very vigorous as it continues to push offshore. Would not be surprised they mark that one as well. And there's a few more behind it as well that will continue to push off the African coast. We'll have to keep a close eye on them as well. A little bit of activity blowing up here in portions of the western tropical Atlantic, just northeast of the Bahamas, over toward just east of Bermuda, and a little bit over here in portions off the southeast coast as well. Some showers and storms developing down around Bahamas and also down in toward the Yucatan Peninsula. Got a little cluster of showers and storms there, but nothing organized at the time. Got a little system moving off the west coast of Mexico that will continue to move west. And also got some showers and storms also in the eastern Pacific. Also, I think we got Tropical Storm Java over there in the eastern Pacific, which will continue to push away from the U.S. mainland and head westward. Alright, now let's take a look at the satellite imagery of Lee. This is Hurricane Lee. At the center of the eye looking pretty well healthy. Look like it's trying to fall apart a little bit. I think it's going through a what we call a recycled eye. It'll collapse and then it'll open up and it may even get bigger. And that means when it gets bigger, the stronger the storm will get. As you can see, it's got good rotation around the center of the storm. A lot of convection blowing up around it. And also got several bands of showers and storms also around the rotation. As take a look at some information, we'll try to get the National Hurricane Center cone. So that way you get a chance to track the system and see which way it is moving. We're fixing to pull up the National Hurricane Center forecast cone. And we're going to see if we can track it. Also, we're going to take a look at the computer models as well. Alright, as you can see here, the wind field around the storm at 11 a.m. The yellow is the wind field. It's a tropical storm forward wind. The hurricane forward winds is right up under the X there. By later on today, it will become a major hurricane and remain a major hurricane all the way through 8 a.m. morning. I would not be surprised if this thing reached a category 5 because it's got a lot of warm water to work with, no wind shear, and a lot of ingredients will come together to make this storm a very powerful hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean. Alright, this is 11 a.m. advisory. If you were tracking them at home, it's located near latitude 16.4 north, longitude 50.0 west. Movement is to the west-northwest at 15 miles an hour, and maximum sustained winds at 105 miles an hour, which is classified as a hurricane, category 2 status, almost a category 3. Later on today, or probably the 2 p.m. advisory, or maybe the 5 p.m. advisory, it will become a category 3. Alright, that's winds of 110 miles per hour plus. Alright. Let's see, we done got all of that. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the computer model guidance here. These are the hurricane models, as you can see here. Current position located here, tightly compacted storm. This is pretty well all the computer model agreement all the way to here. Now, as we get later on down the road, you can see it start to make that turn to the north. So that's what we're all expecting, to make that turn to the north, and I'm expecting it to turn to the north as well. Okay, here's the GEF ensemble. Right now it's currently about 1,005 millibar storm, keeping it all the way over here. See, some computer model wants to take it a little further to the west, maybe over here near the Bahamas, and then turn it to the north. According to the GEF ensembles, most of the model want to take it this way and then turn it to the northeast and stay away from the U.S. mainland. Now, there's 2 factors here. We got a high pressure out in the Atlantic. We got a trough coming in from the northeast plus a cold front coming in. If that cold front comes in and when that cold front pushes offshore, it will stir the system well away from the U.S. mainland and will not affect the United States, period. Now, if the high pressure ridge builds a little bit further to the west, and that cold front kind of delays itself a little bit, that storm will have a little more chance to pull itself back to the left here a little bit and maybe make a good swipe here close to the northeastern United States and on off toward Nova Scotia and on off toward St. John's Island as well. So there's 2 factors here that can play in this system here. Right now, I'm just concentrated on it where it's at now, to all the way to by the time it gets here off the east of the Bahamas and off the southeast coast. Now, will it make an impact to anywhere from the Outer Banks of North Carolina all the way to Nova Scotia? Possibility. I'm not ruling that out. Will the system pull with these factors here, what I just explained? Will they have an impact on it? Yes, they will. Will a cold front push it out the shore? Possibility. Will a high pressure ridge build back west and the cold front slows down? Possibility on that as well. Something we'll keep eye on as we continue to move forward. I just want to give everybody a heads up on that there is two factors that I'm watching that will have a main impact from anybody from the Outer Banks of North Carolina all the way to Nova Scotia, maybe even St. John's Island in the North Atlantic. So I just want to give everybody a heads up on that. So just stay weather aware, and I will be here to try to guide this storm and try to guide you through it and see which way this storm will head. All right. Take a look at the intensity. Okay. As you can see right now, it's a Category 2 hurricane right on the borderline 1 and 2. So really will be Category 3 almost. 80 knots equals up to 105 miles per hour. It's a Category 2, borderline Category 3. So most of the models, see, there is a lot of the models now taking it into a Category 5, and I believe it will reach Category 5 status. A weak Category 5, not a strong Category 5, but a weak one with winds of 156 plus miles per hour. So, we'll continue to monitor this here as we continue to roll forward with Tropical Storm Lee. But like I say, will it become a Category 5? A lot of them will become a Category 5, and I think it will. All right, that's the information right now on Hurricane Lee. Now let's take a look at the information on tropical depression cargo in the tropical Atlantic. But as you can see, the tropical depression 14 looking pretty well organized this afternoon. All right, center on tropical depression 14. Okay, this is 2 p.m. GMT time. This is well over off the African Standard Time in the U.S. here. Atlantic Standard Time is in the middle. This is GMT time in the Eastern Pacific. All right, tropical depression 14 located here will become a storm. Remain a storm all the way through 11 p.m. Saturday, and then become a hurricane on Sunday, maybe Saturday night into Sunday morning. It will become a hurricane and continue to push on off to the north and just remain a fish storm over the tropical Atlantic. All right, if you're plotting this system at home, the location is latitude 15.7 north, longitude 26.4 west. Maximum sustained winds right now currently at 35 miles per hour, and moving this to the west northwest at 17 miles per hour. Right now it's classified as tropical depression with winds less than 39 miles per hour. All right, let's take a look at we're going to take a look at the hurricane models. All right, you can see here the current position of the storm, pretty well compacted through at least 24 hours. Spreads out a little bit over past that time frame. But most of the models do take it into a northwesterly position and then off to the north. Just want to give everybody a heads up that this system will continue to push on off to the northwest and will become Tropical Storm Margot and become Hurricane Margot as well. Could it become a Category 2 hurricane, Category 3 hurricane? Possibility. Let's take a look at the intensity guidance. All right, as you can see here, it is right here. Tropical depression, 30 knot winds equal 35 miles per hour winds. Keeps it going to a tropical storm, and then into a Category 1 hurricane, all the way up to even a couple of them takes it up to a Category 2 and a 3, just as I've been mentioning. So I think this could become a major hurricane as well over the eastern tropical Atlantic. So I would not be surprised to see that as well. All right. Well, the main focus right now is Lee. So we're just going to concentrate on major Hurricane Lee right now. But we just want to let you know about Tropical Depression 14, which will become Tropical Storm Margot. All right. That was your tropical update. So now let's take a look at the Watches, Warning, Advisory map back here in the lower 48. All right. As you can see here, we got heat advisory extending from Maine through a portion of Vermont, New Hampshire, down through New York State, all the way down in a portion of Virginia. Also again down here in a portion of Alabama, Mississippi, much of Louisiana, southern Arkansas, Oklahoma, much of Texas, also North Texas, and one county there in New Mexico as well. Says a heat warning for you guys here in east central and eastern Texas, same over in southern California, and also into portions of Arizona. Severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for New York State all the way down into northern Virginia. We got a line of showers and storm moving in that direction, bringing some severe weather as well. So if you're in this watch box, be alert for large hail, damaging winds, and maybe an isolated tornado. Cannot be ruled out as well. All right, we got a severe thunderstorm warning, special weather statement for Arkansas. We got air quality alerts for portions of Colorado, east central and eastern portions of Nebraska, also in the portion of Missouri, also Iowa, and portions of western Minnesota. Beach hazard statements for portions of Wisconsin, Minnesota, and also across Michigan, also all the way up into New York State as well along coastal areas. River flood warning also continues for you guys here in South Dakota and also the southeast North Carolina, northeast South Carolina, and a few severe thunderstorm warnings in South Dakota. All right, we have a let me see what we got here. We have a winter storm warning for you guys up here in portions of Alaska. The winter storm is about brewing in northern Alaska as well. Also, we got some storm warning along coastal areas as well. Hawaii and Chain Island looks a-okay. It's still got those gale warnings around Hawaii. Alaska as well. Excuse me. All right, severe weather part of the video now. As you can see here, we got general thunderstorm from Maine down to the Florida area, to the Florida Keys, back to Louisiana, Texas, also back into New Mexico and Arizona, also up into the Dakotas as well. All right, we got more over here in portions of Montana, Idaho, and Washington, Oregon states as well. Excuse me. All right, we got a marginal risk in severe weather across South Dakota and also Nebraska, same down here in Oklahoma. Also in Louisiana, and also from Florida Panhandle all the way to Maine. We have a slight risk of severe weather. That's where you see the severe thunderstorm watch box extended from portions of Virginia all the way into Vermont. All right. If you live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Arlington, Virginia, Syracuse, New York, slight risk for severe weather this afternoon. Also, if you live in New York, Charlotte, North Carolina, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, New Orleans, Louisiana, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, marginal risk for severe weather this afternoon. Tornado probability less than 2% all areas. Winds. This is for damaging winds. 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow. If you live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Arlington, Virginia, Syracuse, New York, 15% risk for damaging winds. All right, if you live in New York, Charlotte, North Carolina, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, New Orleans, Louisiana, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, 5% risk for damaging wind. Hail probability, you already seen that over here in Oklahoma and also the Northeast. This includes Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma for large hail in that region. That's only 5%. All right, let's move on to your Friday forecast. From the Storm Prediction Center. All right, we got a marginal risk extending from Maine all the way down to northern North Carolina. General thunderstorm from New York State all the way down to the Florida Keys. Also back to Louisiana, back to New Mexico and Arizona, all the way back into Montana, Idaho, and the Dakotas. Marginal risk over here in Montana. Marginal and slight risk over reported in Oklahoma and Texas, at Arkansas and Louisiana. And same for marginal risk up here from North Carolina all the way to Maine. And there's that slight risk in portions of Pennsylvania up into portions of Connecticut and the Massachusetts region. All right. If you live in New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Newark, New Jersey, New Jersey City, New Jersey, Yonkers, New York, slight risk for severe weather on your Friday. If you live in Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Baltimore, Maryland, Boston, Massachusetts, Washington, D.C., marginal risk for severe weather on your Friday. Tornado probability, less than 2% all areas. Winds, we're going to take a look at the damage in winds area. 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow. If you live in New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Maryland. New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Newark, New Jersey, excuse me. Jersey City, New Jersey, Yonkers, New York. Getting ahead of myself, folks. Sorry about that. 15% risk for severe weather. All right, if you live in Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Baltimore, Maryland, Boston, Massachusetts, and Washington, D.C., 5% risk for damage and wind. All right, take a look at the hail probability. 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow. If you live in Tyler, Texas, Longview, Texas, Paris, Texas, Greenville, Texas, Marshall, Texas, 15% risk for large hail. 5% risk. This includes New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, and Baltimore, Maryland. All right. Now let's take a look at your Saturday forecast for severe weather. Alright, we got general thunderstorm from Maine all the way down to the Florida Keys, all the way back to Texas, back to New Mexico, Arizona, all the way up into Montana, Idaho, and also to the Dakotas, and also in the portion of Wisconsin and Minnesota and Iowa as well. Marginal risk over in portion of Wyoming into Montana, same from South Dakota all the way back into New Mexico and North Texas, down here to Southeast Texas, Louisiana, and again from New Hampshire all the way into Vermont, also into Maine as well. All right, if you live in Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, Pasadena, Texas, Beaumont, Texas, and also Billings, Montana, marginal risk for severe weather on your Saturday. Probability 5% in those areas. Same areas, Houston, Texas, all the way to Billings, Montana, including Beaumont, Texas, Pasadena, Texas, Austin, Texas, and areas in the Northeast. All right. Well, hope everybody enjoyed this video. Everybody continue to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not. And we'll catch you back in the next video. So take care and have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday afternoon, folks.